I want to show you something that's going to impact everyone on YouTube, from viewers to creators to advertisers, for better or worse. Here is yet another AI generated video, and it's pretty impressive, right? The water physics are very convincing, and this is cool to use as B-roll with a voiceover. But what if you didn't need a voiceover? What if a generated video came with audio too? That matches the scene perfectly and can say whatever you want it to say.
Welcome to a non-existent car show. Let's see some opinions.
Man, the acceleration is crazy. You look far, step on the pedal, and you are there.
That's right, creators. Welcome to the next evolution of AI-generated content that could put me and you on the creative scrap heap.
Okay. Everything you're seeing right now is AI generated content with audio, and I want to know your opinion on it. What's your gut reaction? Are you going to embrace it, campaign against it, or simply ignore it and pretend it's not happening?
Victory Royale with a pickaxe!
What you're seeing is Flow from Google, using their latest video engine, Veo 3, that, as you've already seen, combines video and audio.
And she commands your awe with every breaking light.
It's just been released, and there's basically one barrier to entry. Cost. $250 a month. But hey, you get YouTube Premium thrown in, so no more adverts at least. But let's be honest, that barrier isn't going to last very long, is it? Tomorrow, or the day after, OpenAI will upgrade Sora to do exactly the same thing. And by this time next week, it'll cost $10 a month. And by the end of the year, all of this will be completely free to everyone. That's how fast AI moves. In 2023, we saw this. A year later, we saw that. And today, we can now see and hear this. What is in that spaghetti? Anyway, the critical thing about this particular update is that it's a Google update. And in case you didn't know this, Google owns YouTube. And YouTube have already been experimenting with a previous version of this technology, Veo 2, in the creative process of making YouTube Shorts. That means that far from blocking this AI technology coming onto the platform, YouTube at some point in the future is going to be actively encouraging creators to use this. What you've seen so far are examples from across the internet from AI prompters who know what they're doing. As for myself, I am but a mere amateur at this, and I've encountered my fair share of rubbish generations, stuff that displayed subtitles instead of audio, and many a failed generation. It is still not perfect, and at times incredibly frustrating when it takes minutes to generate nothing. But there are some videos out there that are just incredible. This example of the non-existent car show I shared earlier is actually several clips seamlessly stitched together.
I'm kind of a misfit here, but don't tell anyone. I've just bought an electric car.
And it goes on for another 30 seconds after this too. Now, there are guardrails in place to prevent misleading content, although as you've already seen, some generated content appears to be slipping through those cracks. And eventually, this technology will be replicated elsewhere with, how shall I put this, more open and flexible attitudes to real-world likeness and real-world events. And once things look and sound real, then I'm afraid this little tip box in the YouTube studio simply isn't going to be up to the job of protecting viewers, creators, and advertisers. Now, to YouTube's credit, they have already anticipated a need for beefed up protection against AI impersonation and are rolling out tools that will allow you to submit likeness so that fakes can be identified. However, I'm sure for some that will sit on the wrong side of privacy concerns. Let's be honest with ourselves, this phenomenal march of technological progress cannot be denied. There is incredible potential here. Let's say, for example, I want to create a quick ad for the vidIQ Daily Ideas tool that creates up to 50 fresh suggestions tailored to your channel every single day. Well, with a quick prompt, at a cost of 200 credits on my Google Ultra subscription and 5 minutes of my time, I now have these to play with. All very convenient, right? But I didn't have to hire an actor, pay an editor, or contract a visual effects artist to do all of these things I can't do without AI. And isn't that the existential crisis for every single one of you watching this video? By using this AI tool to get the visuals and the audio that I needed, I potentially denied half a dozen creative people the opportunity to do what they love doing. And with that in mind, just imagine where all of us are going to be in 12 to 24 months' time when this technology is duplicated at scale. It's a scary thought, isn't it?